Well, AI will actually take it from lead capture to sale because they literally will respond to Lily and have full on conversations and respond back at a much higher rate. They won't ghost the AI. It's weird.
Welcome back to the Patrick Carr Show. I got a very special guest here with me, a guy who's built a successful roofing company in Seattle. Now, we know he gets a lot of rain out there, but it's more than that. This guy is adapting the newest tech, the newest AI into his company to be successful. If you're a roofing contractor and want to step your game up with technology and trends, you're in luck. You have come to the right place. Roy Knight, what's going on, man?
Oh, no, quite a bit, but lucky to be here. Feel really good.
Well, I appreciate it, man. It's really good to have you here. We know we got a chance to talk quite a bit off camera before we got started. Tell us a little bit, because I think people would want to know, hey, is this guy coming from a tech background? If we're going to be talking about tech and AI today and how you're integrating all this stuff into your business, you must come from like IBM, Microsoft, something like that, man, right? Where do you come from, brother?
The school I went to was of the hardest knocks. I didn't even go to high school. I got in a lot of trouble as a kid, and I had to just survive, and then became an entrepreneur. It's crazy how congruent those things are, and building teams.
So no tech background. I know we're going to be jumping into all the ways that you're using tech and AI to stay ahead of competitors here in just a minute. But I think the initial thought is you must have a background in doing this, and you must really understand how to program all this stuff. And you just came into roofing after a tech background. And I want you to just expand that you're somebody who that wasn't the case at all.
Correct. 100% not the case. I can't, I could barely spell, to get an email out. We can see where this is going. And now it's becoming more and more clear, as we move into the future, it's a requirement to really be exposed and have it. If I don't have the acumen, I've got to have people around me that do.
Well, I guess that kind of begs the question. Do you really believe then that a roofer out there needs to start adapting technology and AI into their company? I mean, after all, this is roofing. Is it really something that's going to become a necessity over the next 5 years, in your opinion?
It can happen, right? Everything could work. I wouldn't suggest it. I mean, I've done a lot of consulting over the years. I wouldn't consult any of my people to sleep on AI. It's like not having a website, but now it's I would definitely. I think it's one of the highest importance.
When people think about AI, especially when it comes to the blue collar community, heck, I mean, I'm not further ahead. I'm in the media world. I think though today from our conversations, the real value that you're seeing AI in the roofing world is in its ability to manage your jobs, your business at a higher level, do more things behind the scenes within your business than could previously be done, than it had the capacity to do, say, 5 years ago. How do you purchase AI? And do you start integrating that in with different stages of the LEAP program? I just want to get some value for someone who is just like, okay, great, I know I need it, but Roy, what do I even buy? What do I go get that's going to be able to help me out? Can you break that down for them?
The cost is so minimal. Like for ChatGPT, I don't even know what it costs. $14 a month or whatever you pay for. But look at Seek Now or DeepSeek. It's free, and it's 10 times better in certain ways. We'll actually use both of them. We'll give them both the same prop, and then we'll combine the two. But they have a different personality.
Yes.
And they're two different technologies. So this is the same way. So there's programs out there like Roofs in a Box and Connecting Holdings. This is what we have.
I think that a lot of individuals who have a CRM, whether it's a Leap or a Job Nimbus or whatever it might be, Acculinks, there seems to be a lot of communication with just one movement on a CRM, or just one thing that happens sets off a lot of great AI for you. Is that like a program that you implement? Is that like you go buy it and you download it? Like, I don't even know how that goes into being useful? How do you even start that up?
Well, it's a SaaS, so it's a
Okay.
software as a service. So like Microsoft Word, you down Windows, I guess it's called Windows, right? You download on your computer, you gotta keep paying, but you're not gonna own Windows. And you would use that program and then learn the connections, and then start simple. Go back to the fundamentals. Start with the lead capture, and then any AI. That's the biggest problem is a lot of AI companies will sell you the service, but how in the heck do you implement it? How do you get it to work? And then how do you get it to work with your systems? Because you look at Job Nimbus or AccuLinks, any one of those, they're independent. They do have automations within them, and they are learning and using AI. But with this is a total different attachment, but we'll use that as a placeholder for your information, because that's where you're going to keep your information. You're going to organize your entire business with your CRM. Think of your next step for high touch use of your CRM. And
so I want to get kind of granular here. You've used the word like this or AI. Is this like a program that they can go buy?
Yes.
Where do I go like to have, because you're talking about something to where it would have to understand your business. And I understand you have somebody to implement it, Roy, but tell me, where did they go to be able to even begin to implement this thing to where they can buy it and have someone put it into what they're currently doing?
Roofs in a Box does have a website.
Okay, great.
We had a booth at the event. What's going to be really important, and I assume you're probably going to lead to that, is the assistant, right? Or whether it's a virtual assistant or somebody that can manage the AI for you.
Yeah. So you're telling me this Roof in a Box thing is interesting to me because, one, the name is always interesting. So I'm trying to figure out where the name came from. I'm always curious about that. What I'm hearing about this is that you're being smart enough over there with you and your team to go, all right, there's this system where I can go get some VAs that understand tech. I can go ahead and get some tech that actually is made for roofing. I can integrate that into a CRM that I'm already using right here. And then what I'm doing is putting my CRM on steroids. And I'm basically making this thing to where I am better at lifting the weights. I'm lifting more weights, and I'm getting stronger faster than anybody else is right now. That's where my correlation in my dumb brain, my brain is going right here. So so that's what you're doing. You're taking people in this Roof in a Box who understand the game of roofing, and they're implementing in smart AI. I had Steve Patrick, who does RoofHawk, told me something that I thought was interesting. When RoofHawk, which is doing estimates for roofing, they're taking pictures and then they're sending you estimates for your roofing. That's like they take pictures with a drone.
Mm-hmm.
Steve Patrick gets hired by RoofHawk to come in and to look at the pictures that the drone had taken of thousands of roofs. And he would identify the spots where the drone had made the mistake. And it would go, yep, that's a pine cone. That's not. Okay. And then the AI would learn it. Oh, nope, that's a leaf. That is not a leaf. That's real damage. And over thousands of these pictures, the AI began to learn what the proper thing to do was when they saw that pine cone. Identify it as a pine cone, not damage. Yes. It sounds like what you're telling me is you have AI integrated that understands roofing, but then the people integrating it are smart enough to know what to tell the AI that needs to happen. Because if you don't give it good information to work off of, then you're never going to get the desired results. Am I kind of understanding that correctly?
You're right on the money. I see a thesis of the dashboard pop through my phone, but and I watch the communication. So right, like for that pine cone, for example, if they ask the question in the wrong sequence, and I feel like I'd rather ask, should we bring a tarp when my guy comes out to take a look at the roof, before I ask, should he bring in some finance paperwork? I put on Slack, hey, adjust this. Look at this communication between here and here. This is what I would have liked to have seen, and then I'll script, how I want to see it. I'll role play, because you got to think of, you're duplicating yourself, right? Wow. And so you want little robots of yourself communicating with these clients the way you communicate. It's your business. In the beginning, it was tough for us because it was very robotic. We kind of pioneered. I don't want to take too much credit, but we actually started with the Alivo guys, or Alvo. It's pronounced Alavo. We called him Alivo for 6 months or whatever, but we were number one. We were the best roofing company. We had the best success by far, but it was because we continued. Well, Guillermo, and then Jay, and then myself with my identity, because I'm out there talking to clients all day long. I don't have time to go to the back end. I don't understand it. I'll never be good at it, but I'll tell them, look, this is what I want. This is who I am. This is what I want to say, and then they figure out how to make that happen. And then that's with the VAs.
I don't know, maybe on a deeper level, I think there are a lot of roofing contractors, and I'm going to say just me personally, that I've fought against the AI side because I feel as though it takes away from what I do as an individual, as a man, as an entrepreneur. And let me explain that, because I kind of feel like, man, I get some real value in my life out of being busy, out of, as you say, you're pounding the streets, which I understand. You're in the office, you're doing the work, you're doing the thing out there that grew your business to wherever it is right now. And I think there are a lot of contractors and just individuals who don't want to give up that work. As crazy as that sounds, I'm one of those people where I feel like that's part of my identity, Rory, getting out there and working hard and getting it done. And if I had some AI that was doing it for me, I can't help but feel like, man, maybe I'm lazy a little bit here. Am I cheating my own system? Am I doing this the wrong way? Did you ever feel that as somebody who came up working this thing from ground zero?
Oh, when I have a lead come in, we can grab it. Me and Jay or my guys, we can grab it. We don't. And the reason is she outscores us. Lily outscores us so dramatically. Not only that, but she's working our system for follow-ups, and people have proposals and hasn't made a decision yet. And then they'll book follow-ups to say, yeah, okay, I guess maybe I'll talk about it on Monday. And, and then they join the witness protection program again. When I call or Jay calls, it's like, you can't get a hold of them. Smoke signals, knock on the door, skip trace their family members. You're not going to find them, but we'll drop them back in AI with Lily AI, and they'll communicate with her again. We're actually going to look at figuring out a way to bring it all the way through the sales process. Well, AI will actually take it from lead capture to sale, because they literally will respond to Lily and have full-on conversations and respond back at a much higher rate. They won't ghost the AI. It's weird.
Well, it's interesting to me you use words like she. Like it is, but you're acting as though, hey, listen, this is a member of your team. But the words she and AI in this case are both interchangeable, although it's something that seems like it is a person because of the adaptation, because of the integration into what you do every single day.
We use the term Lily, because it's, when I talk to a client, I'm like, hey, I noticed you're speaking to Lily. And a lot of them don't even know they're talking to an AI
Wow.
person. We sold a job yesterday in Bellevue. They didn't know. He goes, oh, yeah, Lily. I haven't had anybody say, tell Lily hi for me. But in fact, I got a little recording. You want to hear what she sounds like?
Yeah, let's roll.
So we tried to force a problem. And so this is
let's take a look.
4 p.m. on Thursday, November 21st is not available, but I have a 9 a.m. or 10:30 a.m. on Friday, November 22nd. Which one of those would you like me to book for you?
Where the 4 isn't available?
Because
let's do the 9:30 is fine.
Because the cutoff in the system I think right now is it's like 3 o'clock.
Oh,
the last appointment.
That's pretty cool, but we want to change that.
Push it out to 6 or so.
7.
All right, let's book you for Friday at 6 p.m. Can I get your full name, please? If you could spell it out slowly for me, that would be great.
Essentially started with. From there, she's gotten just much better with the way she communicates even. But right off the bat, the female voice, I think, is important. I don't like talking to robots or bots or anything, but I don't get frustrated. With that voice is kind of soothing.
Yeah, it does sound real. I mean, it kind of makes the same inflection that a person would make. Can I get the those kind of things that somebody would normally say, the inflections or even the errors and they have in their speech that would be that normally AI just skips over because it sounds so robotic.
Yeah, we even have recommended spacing with our text messages. So like if it responds too fast, so it'll purposely respond at a slower time. You'll see the dots or whatever.
You'll see the dots. Wow, yeah. Just those little things make all the difference.
It does.
Now, I want to go back. I do want to go back to something you said for my final question here for you, because I think there's a lot of value in people just understanding that AI is available in more aspects of their business than just Chat GPT, and that you're a living example of what you're doing over there at Seattle Roofing Company. But you mentioned a good friend of ours, at least a mutual vendor that we both use in Salties. Man, I'll tell you, brother, there are a lot of marketing companies out there, and there's some bad ones. And I think there are roofing contractors I speak with on a regular basis doing what we do at Blue Collar. And they're like, nah, man, I'm done with marketing companies. They all screwed me over. And then there's those other guys who will tell you this, and you've seen this, I know, Roy. They'll say, don't worry, no social media. Just do everything through Google, use social media for branding. Salties will actually get you leads from Meta on a consistent basis. I will put my hand in the air and tell you they do. Tell me, it's crazy. And you've seen it yourself, and I know so can you at least speak to that much? What somebody should get on board with Salties over there, right?
Oh, 1,000%. We get both Insta and Facebook. They're just as good as PPC, Google Guaranteed. I don't notice a difference. They've got a great landing page where they scrub and qualify them really clean. And I don't know the even with our KPIs, I don't separate them. I just all Salties because they're all just as solvent, regardless if they're Meta or Google. I'm a militant-minded sports kind of guy. Like if you say, go tackle this 350-pound linebacker, you can take him down. I'm going to ankle tackle him. I'm going to try to get him because my coach said it. I got no choice. It's my job. I'm like a soldier when it comes to this stuff. And so I didn't care. I just did it because he told me to do it. And the results are amazing. And I couldn't preach their praises good enough. If you could even get in with them, if someone was to get an account with Salties Media, they're very fortunate. And I would value that relationship and culture. We took one after 4 months. You have an echo. Give them 3-4 months. Yes. By the 5th or 6th months, we fired a few different channels. We moved that money allocation. We said, max our budget. What do you want to do? They're like, well, we're thinking of next door. We're going to do this campaign and this. Let's build some other landing pages. Whatever you want to spend, credit cards open. I trust them with every dollar.
Yeah. And what I like about them is you got 3 brothers who are young and hungry. They're not fat and happy over there. They're guys who want to make money and do it the right way. I see companies that have been around for 10 years, and by then they've gotten into that habit, Roy, of, well, we always do it this way. This is what we do. This is what you can expect. I've always been impressed with those gentlemen that, hey, they are people that they're trying to do something different. Like you said, here's a new idea that we're thinking about. We think it's going to work. I'm not going to make any promises. I'm not going to overpromise, underdeliver, but they make it happen. My final question here for you, man, because I know time is running low.
Yeah.
Piece of advice you give to a roofing contractor going into the next couple of years. What do they need to be prepared for? What's happening in the industry? If you have an hourglass, or you could tell the future right now, what should they be prepared for in the next 3 to 5 years?
Oh my God. 3 biggest changes I would see is, one, I can't really speak on a lot because it only represents 10 to 15% of our business is insurance. AI and technologies, I would not sleep on that at all. Virtual assistants for everything, anything mobile, logistics, ordering, phone calls, anything that needs to be made. And then the third thing is going to be private equity. Those are big players that have big money and ability and horsepower. And we've seen a lot of it with HVAC companies, plumbing companies, and they're moving through roofing companies now too. So
more than anything, Roy, I appreciate you taking the time, brother. I mean, to be able to explain the importance of AI and then what people need to be prepared for here, because you're not somebody that's out there coaching people. You're doing the work, brother. And that's what I like about it. You're still doing this thing in your roofing company and growing it left and right. it's a pleasure to be able to sit down and talk to you, man. We had a little pre-stuff here, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk to you and your guys. You guys are awesome, man.
Yeah, thanks. Here, Jay, before we hang up. This is Jay. You've heard me mention him a bunch of times.
Hey, Jay, what's up, man? How you doing? Hey, good seeing you again.
Yeah,
Definitely,
nice seeing
brother.
you at the conference. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
He's been on the back
Behind the
taking all
scenes.
putting out the fires and blocking all the fireballs that would hit me in the
middle of this.
Yeah.
I'm the offensive lineman protecting
He's
my
double
quarterback.
fisting 2 cell phones.
That's awesome, man. That's the kind of people you want right there. And I love what y'all are doing. Ever since I saw you do the name change and that's everything that you did with Dimitri, I've had my eye on what you're doing over there. And I think you're doing amazing stuff. I truly do. I can't wait for people to see this. I want to introduce more people to what you're doing at Seattle Roofing Company, introduce them to you. And next time, man, we got to talk about some of your philosophies on life and just business and who you are as a man. I think there's a lot to uncover right there, brother. So I'm going to look forward to having you on here in the next 6 months.
Yeah, much respect. Thank you.
Man, it's true. I've seen some of your stuff, and you really do. It's more than just tech with you. You have a real side of you that I think more young men, more people in the industry need to hear from. I look forward to uncovering that the next time around.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, brother. Well, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much, all right?
Thank you.